Hello, everyone, and welcome. We've got another Group D matchup. This should be a really fun one. We have Evolution and Filthy Kaniggit playing against each other tonight. Evolution comes in with a 1-0 lead after taking down Mech Nigel earlier today, and this will be Filthy's first match in Group D. I have here with me again, co-casting Invoker of Legend.
Hey, everybody.
And just so everybody knows, before we get started, Evolution and Filthy have both elected. They really wanted us to keep voice chat on and to be able to hear them so they could hear us. It's a little unorthodox, but it is what they have asked to do, and they both agreed to it. So
We're gonna be talking shit.
yeah, they're
Gonna get
going to be
wacky.
insulting each other apparently throughout this.
We're in for a treat, I think.
Yeah, so bans are City and Refinery. We're going to get started here on Palace and let the Evolution slaughter begin.
Cast knowledge.
Let's see, we got a 6 aura start for Evolution, which is real healthy. Filthy, looks like he's on the attack right now. I wasn't able to see that. Looks like he was firing some lasers. Evolution defended, no damage down yet. We see the blue aura out of Evolution, meaning a Majority Kai deck. See the optic, and then the green aura on Filthy. Tells us nature optic.
It's a little bit odd kind of casting this where they can hear us as well, though, too, because now I don't know whether I should say certain things or not.
Well, this is usually why I don't
we knew it was
go
coming.
for it.
Only I can hear you guys. Filthy's old. His hearing's bad.
Yeah, man, it's fucking tough. Rawr.
I think it's pretty obvious now. Everybody sees the iron skin on Evolution pretty good against that laser.
And he has the other shield, too, which Filthy needs to remember as well. With that Majority Kai, though, it could be a single school. We see the Tiger Strength now. Ooh, that charged particle was dirty, and I liked it.
That's a bit unexpected.
You
there.
could almost say it was Filthy. That is the last time I'll use that joke for at least this matchup. Reserve the right to use that terrible joke one more time at least.
Bad
Somewhere
jokes are
else.
allowed now and again. We'll admit it.
Ray Shell does take the vibration laser. We see double vibration with the Tiger Strength. So that is Tiger Strength optic from Evolution.
The old key optic. It's one of my faves, personally.
See Filthy powers up once again. He's going to be looking to catch another attack or two with that vacuum wall. It's going to be a little bit harder with that aura regen. Both of them pretty similar distance through their decks. Filthy seems to still be looking for what he wants to use.
A little bit of digging going on here, yeah.
Watch from Evolution's perspective for a moment. See the twist laser coming out. And the slide laser. See whether Evolution decides to play the long range game or if he's going to try and get inside that range. Looks like for now he doesn't want to be under the fire of those lasers. Still relying on the vibration blaster. Filthy starts trying to get some manuals going.
I'd say that this is a bit unorthodox. Ooh, a big banger there. What I was going to say is that I'd say this is a bit unorthodox for this map in general, but it seems like the lasers on Palace has been a bit of a meta shift lately.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that in the first couple of matches here. A lot of optic on almost every map.
That's true.
In the match that we had earlier in Group A, I think it was almost all optic all day. There was a Tiger Strength optic and then a Faith optic used in, I believe it was all 3 matches. I don't think either of them switched their arsenal from match 1 through 3. Filthy now trading back with the blaster and that twist laser again. We see it looks like that was Arcafire? I didn't catch a very good angle. It might have been Bullet.
Could have been Bullet. I wasn't sure as well. It does look like Arc.
Relying on those arcing moves, now Evolution's in kind of a bad spot. He loses the Iron Skin now. And did Evolution lose that Vibration Blaster? Did he finally vacuum all that?
I didn't catch it.
He had 2.
Oh, he has 2. Okay.
Okay. and that's why it was a bit confusing there.
Yeah, Filthy's got that arc still. Throwing out the blaster. He's got some good angles that he can work with right now.
It turns into kind of a positioning battle here with the lasers in the tree.
Yeah. Well, and this is an area where arc excels as well.
You have to take into consideration the fact that one is a jumper and one is a cartwheeler as well. I think that Evolution can find himself in some places that are a bit more open than can Filthy in this map here in the situation because of the cartwheel.
Filthy does seem to be struggling to get the right angle around the tree with that arc of fire for now. And that Tiger Strength Vibration Blaster is something you got to keep worrying about because every shield in the two schools he's running is breakable by that. There isn't anything other than Gust that can reliably block that between Optic and Nature.
This is like this kind of that part of that thing that I was talking about where the commentating kind of bleeds into the gameplay now because it's information that maybe wasn't privy to either parties or maybe it was.
This is generally why I don't go for this, but Filthy playing long enough likely knows that kind of information himself.
Right.
Evolution
That's true.
takes a risky tumble off the map. Going to be trying to move back into range. Oh, and he just barely dodges that aura cannon. That would have been lethal right there.
Just barely skates away.
Yeah. So very close.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah, Filthy continues to dig. The other thing to note is Evolution, like, he made a really risky call going back to base, but that's just how cut off he is right now, is that he had to jump off the map in order to pick up a skill. Because of the slide laser coverage that Filthy has from his base onto Evolution's base, he is not able to just go up there and continue to dig through his arsenal like Filthy is. Decides to sacrifice his Reflect Mirror.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any of his attacks that he could really reflect very effectively. I guess he could have been reflecting that laser. That blaster
what he's thinking there,
almost caught the top of Evolution's head. Oh my goodness, that is too close for my comfort.
Wow.
Evolution with balls of steel. Oh, and the Dragon Slayer into the
goodness.
Vibration Blaster
quite
is
the finish.
exactly the finisher he needed. And that is a 1-0 lead. Going
game.
into Highway for Evolution.
Good game indeed.
I need a drink.
Yes, sir. That was fun.
That was fun to watch. I was on the edge of my seat quite literally the entire time.
Very good match. Very good play from both players there. That execution at the end, the patience. Evolution showed some remarkable patience there, waiting until Filthy was in the open enough that he could catch him with the Dragon Slayer, and that he was lucky enough that Filthy didn't jump it, too.
No, there's a moment that's created here when you have these veteran players that are just squaring off against one another that just doesn't exist in any other situation. It really just, I don't know. It shows you what the true meaning of this game is.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to see a whole new level of play, especially in the 1v1. I mean, it's just a different kind of animal than Tag is. Tag is a lot more about teamwork and pressure and, coordinating angles, I feel like.
Sure,
where 1v1 is almost like the thinking man's game, the chess moves, the slow setup, trying to maneuver your opponent into the right position.
Exactly.
I'm back.
Where's that familiar clinking noise, Filthy? You said you were getting a drink, I thought.
Yeah, we're supposed to hear some ice
There it
cubes.
is.
Oh, there we go.
That's the noise I always hear when Filthy's
Alright,
in
now
the
you gotta
room.
give me a second. Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Did you change arsenals? I'll return to lobby.
No, I just wasn't ready to start. I'm good.
Okay.
Fuck, he's spawning right above me.
So we got a 3 aura start for them both. Filthy with 4 attacks in hand. Evolution with a shield. And they are already getting into the mix. Looks like
4 attacks.
Blazing Bullet does connect onto Filthy. I think I saw an Ice Sword as well. Rapid Cannon from Filthy. Blaster. That's going to be a Throttle Blaster since he only has 3 aura. Oh, Filthy jumps back down and he's going to take some damage from that Ice Sword.
That's going to be a tough spot there
Oh,
now.
the Blazing Sword. Evolution has all the right tools, even though he has only 3 aura.
That
And
was quite the
Filthy is
start.
in such a rough spot.
I think this is one of those things where it just boils down to Evolution just got about as good of a start as you could ever get there. He's using it to his advantage as much as he can.
Yeah, Filthy's still struggling to recover here. He's now just trying to create some distance. He needs to get Evolution off of that Blazing for a second just to survive. But the Glacial Wall stops the laser now, and I believe he still has the Throttle Blaster. I don't know that he can break that. He managed to get a little bit of tag damage, but he's frozen again versus the Blazing Bullet.
Still can't get him off that Blazing just yet.
Yeah, without
Points to go.
a shield. Oh, goodness. It's just execution style. Did
It's
not
just
get
one
a
of those
shield.
things. Unbelievably aggressive and very well executed.
Yeah, man. He spawned above me. He got the fucking swords, and I got no shields.
Yeah, that is the way it crumbles sometimes, unfortunately. The way of Blazing. It can be very feast or famine.
Sure can. It doesn't always go that way.
So that will take us to Panorama then. For Game 3, Evolution with a 2-0 lead. Looking to see Filthy. This is one of his comfort maps. To hopefully get some momentum going. Get some pressure going back in this. Maybe bring this back around. Maybe even pull off the reverse sweep.
You never know. Stranger things have happened.
We've seen some very long series in the 1v1 out of Filthy before. He's shown that he's very tenacious in these, and he's not generally prone to tilting. He generally will take a loss and play just as well the next game. I'd like to say that's one of the things I've always liked to see in him in the tournaments, is he seems to be very mentally tough about these losses.
Mental toughness is a gigantic aspect of these series. No question about it.
So it sounds like an Ice Sword rush out of Evolution once again. It looks like Filthy's the one that came up to flirt this time. Heat from the Void, not dealing any damage. Wants to hyper kick. He's going to have to watch out for that Ice Sword once again.
Wasn't an ice
It
sword.
was a knife grind.
Oh, it was a knife grind. Just sounded like Ice Sword. Yeah, I can't see until I die, so all these quick
Right.
start matches, I don't always get to see what you
Super
do
aggressive.
whenever your very opening hand, you're over there playing tiddlywinks immediately.
Yeah, as a caster, you can't really tell until about 30 seconds in what's actually going on outside of your audible cues.
So that is the last use of the knife grind. We'll have to see what else.
No, that was a
Evolution
psycho
has.
knife.
That was a knife grind.
No, you saw,
Oh.
yeah, his hand is out,
Yep.
empty of the knife grind. This is information I shouldn't be giving you, but
One
yeah.
of those things again.
Hyper kick does get 2 damage down. Unsure if that's another knife grind or if that's a psycho knife this time.
No real way to tell just yet.
Ooh, that is a knife grind. And Fortress didn't catch it. Slightly off on the timing. Does catch it that time.
Although that would have been its
Oh,
last use
jeez.
anyway.
That pillar could have been huge if it had fallen backwards onto Filthy.
Oh, I
Those
backed up.
pillars can get you pretty hard.
I've backed away from trash many times, but that doesn't mean it respects my decisions.
Those were some pretty impressive cartwheels, though, if I do say so myself.
I think trash in Phantom Dust could use some no means no lessons. Heat from the Void, doing a little bit of work on the Evolution. Filthy now chipping away.
As you can
Starting
see,
to
he's holding
grow
onto
a
that aura
lead.
particle there, though, so as to avoid damage from the heat from Void.
Yeah, this is one that I was actually kind of tipped by Guinan in the last 1v1, is that he really likes Heat from the Void against cartwheelers, as it's one of the moves that they can't really cartwheel.
It has quite a good amount of homing accuracy. Yes, absolutely.
If you cartwheel the first one, you get hit by the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
The timing.
So that Lightning Sword didn't connect, but now Filthy knows he has it. So the surprise factor's gone. Filthy knows he needs to be careful if he doesn't want to lose that Fortress, which has been really good for him so far.
I feel just, you know, I feel a little bit strange about saying
Oh,
things like
shield
that.
breaker, but then he doesn't manage to combo it. He uses the reflect mirror instead. I think that was a fat finger from Evolution.
Ah, it did appear to be so.
I know.
I mean, it's still a bad spot for Filthy because he loses his shield. Oh! There we go.
And the guys are impact.
Looks like
Does
he was, he's using the Quantum Amps, which to me would suggest this is definitely Psycho Burst when you see the shield breaker. Oh, and the lack is
That
devastating.
is going to hurt.
Absolutely devastating. And I believe that Heat from the Void's still in hand. Evolution
is.
knows it, and he's going to be staying at just that range where he can try and be safe.
Filthy able to use that hyper kick. To
Basically
adjust
has
his
to
position.
run for his life at this point.
This puts Evo in a really bad
Oh!
spot.
Doesn't quite finish. Didn't have the aura to do it.
Ah,
Vapor Cloud is down. Filthy looks like he managed to knock himself off. Ooh, that hyper kick was dirty. Evolution's able to pick up a skill, and he hits him with the Psycho Burst, and this is a
Very
2 health game now. What a move from Evolution, able to just barely get one skill, and then he's lagged
my
again,
goodness, another
and
lag.
he is so dead right now. Oh my goodness. And there goes the Heat from the Void. He
my
cartwheels
goodness.
it. Evolution running for his life again after pulling off such a comeback move with that Psycho Burst. Hyper
I
kick.
don't believe what I'm
How many
seeing
times
now.
can he cartwheel
Oh,
it?
my goodness.
Only once more, and
What a
Filthy in remarkable fashion after a barn burner on Panorama has brought this series back into contention, and we are 2-1, skipping City and Refinery. We're going to be all the way on lane now.
Wow. Okay. Here we go.
The land of
Match, ladies and
parabolas. We'll have to see what they bring out here. We've yet to see the signature Dance of Death out of Filthy. I thought we might see it on Panorama. Maybe he throws us a curveball coming out later. Maybe we see it on lane. Maybe we just see it on
I
sign.
myself have been a fan of using Dance of Death on lane, so it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world to see it here. In my
Well,
opinion.
and we've seen a lot of dirty things out of Evolution on lane before as well.
I don't know, man. That
Famous,
Psycho Burst scared the crap out of me.
famous for what he did to Guinan in the last tournament with the Forest Sanctuary hang with Levitate was absolutely dirty last time. So Filthy needs to be worried about some of the jank because, I mean, we talked about it in the podcast last night, and I won't give any spoilers, but the first thing Evolution told me is like, it'd be really funny if I used against so-and-so. like
I
hours
actually started
later.
listening to that
Hours
podcast
later.
myself. I
I
need
still
to
have
revisit
too.
it.
It's waiting. You'll probably see it tonight.
Hours later, he tells me that he has this idea, and I told him I think it's a bad idea, but we'll have to see if it comes out. We'll go ahead and get this one underway. It looks like they're both ready now.
This is some exciting stuff here.
Let's see, we got a 4 RS start for both gentlemen here. Looks like they're already in the mix, too. 2 damage onto Evolution. Maybe that was a hyper kick, psycho knife, not sure what that was.
That was a manual laser, people.
Manual laser. Looks like Evolution is once again on the aggression, and he manuals him out of the air.
Wow.
What a filthy animal right here with the manual aims. Evolution is looking to get that aggression down with the Ice Sword, possibly blazing again.
Oof. And that does hurt. Coming off
And
that right there.
damage evened up now that Filthy is unable to escape this Ice Sword. That is the last use of that Ice Sword, unless he has 2, which is possible. As he still continues
In fact,
to follow.
Maybe it is probable.
I mean, remember, Evolution used to tag with Hesper. It's more than probable. It's likely.
There it is. You've seen it.
So
2
then
Ice
he
Swords,
has
friends.
2 more Ice Sword uses, 1 more, and then he will have to leave. Filthy trying to avoid that last 2 damage. Does not, and takes an extra 2 for the road. Evolution off to a nasty little lead after some dirty manuals
that
from
Ice
Filthy.
Sword absolutely is going to do some work. And if anybody thinks that Ice Sword is not one of the best abilities in the game, then I'd like to have a talk with them. You know, it definitely is.
Oh, the extra feel bad syndrome as Evolution returns to base and uses the healing water.
The lasers on lane. I mean, it's kind of a tough one. You know, there's a lot of obstruction there. It's tough to use those lasers effectively. But if you've got good manual aim, then you've got a chance.
You know, I've been liking lasers more here in tag, but every time I use it in the 1v1, it feels like there's just too many angles for them to hide behind. Like, I feel like you really benefit from having a partner to distract them while you pummel them with the lasers. So personally, I've not been a fan of lasers here.
Right. If you got the manual aim and you're real, you know, I mean, you can't.
I mean, Filthy's got the manual aim. He manual aimed him out of the air once already.
Right. If you're good with a manual aim, you can make it work here, but it's very difficult.
Oh, that's Ice Sword. Yeah, Filthy misses the block. Accidentally shoots Blaster. Manages to bait Evolution out for a moment. I think he has maybe one more use of that Ice Sword. He's got a few other things in hand. Evolution gets cute with the Flame Sword, but Filthy is not going to fall for that. Managed to smack him out of the air. He's off of Blazing once again, as it's almost guaranteed he's got some Blazing moves in here. Clearly still has one use of the Ice Sword, but it is walked.
That was a fantastic dodge on that Ice Sword.
Absolutely textbook by Filthy. Bringing the series back. Filthy manages to test out the shield from Evolution 2, which is very nice. Evolution's unwilling to leave the base yet. Managed to get the Glacial Wall onto Filthy, who's just going to leave now. Take off. Looks like Evolution might be deciding to go back to base. He's off of the Blazing, and he can't use that Ice Sword anymore, so I think he's going to want to override a few things.
Yeah, they must both be getting quite costly at this point.
I think he already overwrote one when he went back the first time, and so it's probably the second one now overwritten.
You're paying more attention than I am, obviously. Because I missed that.
Getting a little bit of lag here. Another healing water does put Evolution back onto vibration and increases that health gap, which is, you know, really daunting in a 1v1. And they trade off of Blazing, so he can't continue to trade. But man, does that hurt when you're Filthy. When you're already down that low in health, trading is not what you want to do. But he does get the good end of the trade.
Sure. So how many healing waters have we seen so far? 2, if I'm not mistaken, right?
2. We might see a third, but Filthy can no longer trade. Like, he can't trade any damage for any reason. At this point, it's got to be flawless execution. Like, you can't really underrate just how bad a health deficit can be in a 1v1. In tag, you got to fire Gehenna in 2 health, whatever. Just go throw it out while you're next to your partner. But once you're down this low in health and you don't have a way to heal, like, it means you have to have flawless execution. You can no longer trade Fire of Gehenna for Reincarnation.
Or anything, for that matter.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing, because you rely on that so many times. You're like, oh, well, my attack is bigger than yours, and I'm going to hit you with a Vibration Blaster, and you hit me with the Bullet of Fire. But you're at 1 health. You can't afford that trade anymore. And that Flame Sword just barely catches him on the heels, and that will be the 3-1 now for Evolution.
The feet I don't have.
An excellent series, nonetheless. A lot of really great plays on both ends. Exciting to the very end.
Bragan, y'all stay. Kanye's next.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We will have more coverage coming to you tonight. Evolution versus Kanye, and then I believe Filthy will also be taking on Kanye after that.
Depends on how quick that gets done.